Hi everyone, Miss Sar here, and it's September 16th. So yesterday I resumed these daily videos, and it's still feeling a little weird. I remember doing this quite regularly. I'll get used to it. But yesterday I resumed the videos, and I used the Gospel of Matthew, a section of it, as the focus, as the basis. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 to 11. The one where Jesus says, ask and it shall be given you, knock and the door will be opened, seek and you will find. And I feel I need to qualify this a little further than what I did yesterday. And yesterday I used the example of asking God to win the lottery. I feel like I need to explain this further. So throughout Scripture and in Jesus' life, and our salvation history, if you look at the Hebrew Scriptures and being Catholic and Christian, the locus of the faith, the location of where this faith takes place, this covenant with God, is between God and the community, not just me and God. I know it's very common out there to be like, well, it's just between me and God, and who cares about the community? Well, in Scripture, the community is who God always speaks to. And the prophets, if you go to Hebrew Scriptures, are being sent to restore the community in the covenant with God. It's not the individual. There's that aspect. There's how I feel with God and my relationship with God, but it's always in the context of the community, of other people. Sorry, I made notes, and so I just need to follow them because, I can sidetrack. So the community factor is very large in this relationship. And so when Jesus says in Matthew 7 to 11, ask, knock, seek, let's just focus on the word ask. So I did some digging, probably not as much digging as a biblical scholar could do, but I went some digging into the root word, and the Greek word is aiteo. And this word denotes a request of the will. So it's really, deep inside of us. So the example of winning the lottery, yeah, that could help. But is that really what's deep inside of me? Is that what would really help me to be fully human? No. There's a few other things. So imagine if I were a single mother working 2 or 3 jobs, I have 3 kids, I'm not even being a great mother to them because I'm hardly home because I'm always working, so that they could have food, shelter, clothing, some devices to do their homework, that sort of thing. A lottery would help me in that situation, but deep down, the request of the will would be, how about a job that pays me really good money so I don't have to work 2 or 3 other jobs? I can just focus on one and be home with my kids in the evening. Recognition of I think a request of my will would be a recognition of I'm a mother, I need to provide, no judgment as to what made me single in my motherhood. Those are requests of the will. So I went digging a little more, and the word aiteo, so it could be to ask, beg, call for, crave, desire, and require. So let's just focus on this for today, because this is the start. We're still in September. We're starting another school year, and it's looking so different from what we're all used to. What is it we crave? What is it that you crave? What is it that you require? See, that changes the whole context. Yeah, I could, I would love to win the lottery, or, You know, I would love a new car or, you know, whatever. But that wouldn't help me be fully human for the sake of also helping my community. See how it's different? It changes things. And of course, when we look at the root word and, you know, the actual Greek word and kind of do a little more digging, it really gives more, more depth, more meaning to the passage. And we have examples of this when we look at other passages in Scripture and Jesus is healing people. He heals the person, you know, the lepers or whoever, and it's for the purpose of them to be restored to the community. You always see that. The person's healed, but then they can go back to the community. Because of course back then, if you had an ailment like leprosy or something, you were ostracized, you were alienated, pushed to the boundaries of the village, beyond the village. Nobody wanted to be near you when they didn't understand leprosy, and they didn't understand why people got it. So they thought it was God punishing that person for their sins or for their family sins. Well, that's not the case. So Jesus is saying, ask and you shall receive. And yet we see when people ask or crave or beg or call out to him, he meets them and he heals them. So I hope that whatever it is that you are craving, asking God for, calling out for, requiring, or desiring on your most basic human level, that, you know, we all want that space to be who we are. We want that time and space and validation and permission to experience the feelings that we're experiencing. So I'm thinking of you and I'm praying for you, and I hope that the year's started off well, and tomorrow will be a new day. Take care, everyone, and if you need to reach me, feel free to use the my.aquinas.me email to reach out to me. All right, take care, everyone, and see you tomorrow.